Welcome to the Nuvia channel today. We have the opportunity to talk about Brad's permanent teeth in 24 hours case and how he changed his life overnight.
Recently we had a patient come into us, Brad.
Imagine how it's going to change your life. I seen that on Facebook. You know, and this is going to be a permanent fix.
Let's head over to Dr. Neilsen's office so he can show us everything that pertains to Brad's case.
All right, recently we had a patient come into us, Brad. Brad came in because he wasn't able to function well on the teeth that he has. He was in pain, he wasn't confident in his smile, he wasn't happy with the way he looked, he was embarrassed. So this is his x-ray, and as you can see, these front teeth are actually, those are just root tips. That are very painful, very mobile. There's a root tip right here too, nothing but infection around there. And so he came into us wanting mostly function, but also wanting to look aesthetically better so that he could be confident and smile in front of people. And so just going through his x-ray, you can see just starting at the top, he's had about 75 to 90% bone loss on this tooth. That not gonna be savable. This one, you see decay going on under the crown. Here, like I said, there's abscesses right here. There's another abscess right here. This tooth's completely broken down. When I'm looking at x-rays to look for infection, you don't actually see infection. What you see come up as on an x-ray is actually the absence of bone. And so you can see there's clearly a hole right there, and that's because there is an abscess right there. There's infection, there's bacteria actually growing in there, and no amount of antibiotic is really gonna help with that. It might help with the symptoms, pain for a little while, might help for a couple weeks, but that will not go away. The source of the infection is the tooth, so you have to get that out. There's two okay teeth, but not enough to base a whole arch of work on, so they would not be savable. And then this one is also hopeless. And on the lower, just not a good place to do. You'd have to have such short implants back here in order to replace the back teeth with single implant teeth. It's just not a good idea, and already even some of the teeth he has, there's so much bone loss, the grinding and the amount of periodontal disease going on. It's just not a good outcome for him to try to save these teeth. The best option would be doing a full fixed on the upper and lower. So in that case, what I do is he comes in for surgery. Well, he already came in for surgery. He came in, we put him to sleep so that he didn't have to deal with any of it. He was completely asleep through the whole procedure. I removed the remaining teeth. I removed all the infection. These areas right here, I scoop, it sounds kind of gross, but I scoop everything bad out. I'll get all the bad necrotic bone out of there. I'll get bad necrotic tissue out of there, take everything out, so all I have left is nice solid white bone. And then what I do, and over here too, scoop all that out, get everything bad out, and then I place implants, about 4 to 6 implants per arch, so about 4 to 6 implants on top and 4 to 6 implants on bottom. And then I graft around any sockets or any voids in the bone. I graft with some of his natural bone that's good. Well, we grind it up and then mix it with even some cadaver or synthetic bone, and we mix that together, and then I put it in the sockets to fill in all the voids so that all that grows back is nice, healthy bone. This is Brad's post-op x-ray, and so I was able to place 4 implants on top and 4 implants on bottom. As you can see, I took the M approach on the upper. That just means I angle the last implant forward and the one in front backward, because that's where he had the most amount of bone. Everyone's a little bit different in where their bone, the best quality bone is, and this is just where his was. If I would have put them straight in front, he had less bone up here, so angling them, I was able to put a longer and stronger implant to give more support to the prosthetic. And same on this side, we avoid that big black area, that sinus, completely by angling the implant forward and that one backward to get the max amount of retention that I can get. And on the lower, what we're doing is just trying to avoid the nerve down here. You have a nerve that goes down and exits about right there, and so I place the implant in front at an but at an angle so that it's like the implant comes out right above that nerve, so we can maximize the amount of distance between the front implants and the back implant, so we can get the most amount of teeth on the prosthetic, because we want it to go as far back as we can. On most patients, we end up getting to the first molar, which is great for most patients in the scenario where they actually need a full fix upper and lower. So as most patients, if you have your second molars, that would be the teeth behind this tooth. Generally, you know, there's going to be other routes that you would go in saving your remaining teeth. But most patients who come in here are looking for something that replaces all their teeth, and going back to first molar functionally is great. That's what you want. That's the goal, is to get back to first molar so you have some back teeth to chew on, and then you also have all the front teeth for aesthetic purposes. Also, when Brad came in, immediately his confidence shot through the roof. He loved the way the teeth looked. They look great, and one of my favorite things is when someone's overclosed like he was, where he looked much older than he is, instantly making some length on the teeth and opening him up. So even when his lips are closed, he just looks so much younger, because it straightens out all the wrinkles that he had because he was overclosed, his jaw was overclosed, straightens all those out. So he immediately looked about 15 to 20 years younger, and he's been so excited. We've already seen him for his 2-week post-op, and he's been loving life. He's been very happy with his results.
Now, before we get into Brad's story, I want to invite you to our Facebook group, the SML MKR Club. If you're thinking about dental implants, or you've already had dental implants done, head over to that page and become a part of our community. Now, let's find out exactly why Brad came to Nuvia.
I'm from St. George, Utah. I was born and raised here. I moved to Cedar City in rural area probably 5 years ago. I'm a mixer driver for Western Rock. I've been having issues with my teeth most of my life. This is going to be awesome. You know, be able to eat corn on the cob again, and steak, and yeah. With my teeth, it's been coming on for the last 15 years. You know, it's just gradually been getting worse and worse, and it's get to the point where you can't eat nothing anymore. So it's just time to get something done. You know, no matter what I do socially, it's an embarrassment. I just spend a lot of time with family, and you know, I just don't do a lot of socializing, even dating. You know, I haven't been doing much of that because my teeth are an embarrassment, and it's just I just haven't been doing it. You know, and I've checked into some of the other dentures and stuff, and I don't know, I just didn't like the way they were. It looked like to me they'd be more of a problem with it, than having a permanent implant. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing just seemed exciting to me. I guess I wanted to fix now. I don't want it later. That is awesome. That is totally awesome. You know how long it's been since I could smile like that?
Now show off.
That is awesome. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you for letting us be a part of this with you. They're yours. Those are your teeth.
Awesome.
Good.
Dad, I'm so happy for you. I have to give you a hug. I'm just so happy for you.
What an amazing life transformation story Brad has. If you've enjoyed Brad's story today, leave a comment below. Any of the nice things you want to say to him. The next time Brad comes into Nuvia, we're going to share all of these comments with him. Also, if you have any questions for Dr. Neilsen, please comment below anything you want to know about dental implants, and we'll be sure to answer them in a later episode. If you want to learn more about permanent teeth in 24 hours, click the link in the description. Also, for every 15,000 subscribers to this channel, Nuvia is going to give away a free smile. To become a smile sponsor, click on the link over here. Also, if you want to hang out with us and see more life-changing videos, click on the link here.